the auto sector, then we have Mr. Nalinikanth Gollagunta, Chief Executive Officer at Automotive Division, M&M, now joining us. Sir, thank you so much for taking your time out. You've sold about 60,400 SUVs in June, which is an increase of 28% on a YOY basis. Is this pace sustainable through the rest of this year?
Very strong numbers, like you said. SUVs did 60,393, which is a growth of 28% over last year. And we've seen it build on top of strong months we have had earlier as well. So overall, I would say it's a secular trend, which we expect to continue over a period of time. I wouldn't say it's festive or pre-buying. I think that generally starts around mid-August onwards with Onam, and then of course continues into Navratri as well. So I would say that's where the trend is. So for us, this seems to be broad-based across rural and urban, and also broad-based across our portfolio as well. And the same trend we see in LCVs as well. LCVs, we did about 37% growth. So very, very strong growth there as well. 35% growth on LCVs as well. So that's very strong growth.
Okay, Mr. Gollagunta, hi, this is Nehi also joining in. Let's talk about the three-wheeler segment. That has grown 63% on a year-on-year basis. Year-to-date, it's up 76%, so very strong move over there. But how much of this is electric three-wheeler, and is Mahindra gaining share in the fast electrifying LMM segment?
Yeah, so LMM, if you look at it, has done exceedingly well. A bulk of the growth has come from the EV side. We continue to be the market leaders in the EV space. So a lot of that growth is attributed to the EV growth and the EV adoption, which is very high in the three-wheeler space.
And now with the XUV 3XO EV launch extending your ICE bestseller into electric, what's the early booking looking like at this point in time?
So EV is a broadening of the portfolio of 3XO itself. As you know, 3XO as a brand was the fastest growing brand for us. The first one to cross 100,000, the fastest to grow, fastest to get to 100,000 within our portfolio. So it's a choice that we are giving to the customers. As you know, 3XO has a diesel variant, which does very well. We have the petrol, of course, which does quite well. And then EV is one more choice. So we've been giving the consumer choice and they're taking the choice. The demand has been quite strong. In specific markets, it's been very strong, and we'll continue to scale up on 3XO EV. But I think the broader scope is for me on the EVs itself, right? And the whole EVs and category creation mode. Every new product which comes in, it creates new demand and new volumes for not just for us, for the industry as well. And we see that playing out here as well. So it's an additional choice for customers. Overall, EVs, if you look at it, we've done quite well over the last 3 months, and definitely this month as well. We've crossed 7,000 billing for the month. So very strong demand across the portfolio. So I wouldn't say that the demand is one versus the other. I think it's a different set of choices we're giving to the customers, and the customers like it a lot.
Okay, and so that specifies your EV plans and looking very solid on that front. Mr. Gollagunta, let's talk about the export segment. Your exports have jumped 125% on a year-on-year basis in June. Is this a new base to build on, and markets or models are driving this sharp acceleration? Also, can we see this momentum continuing given that the base has become so big now for exports?
Yeah, we talked about this. One of the major drivers, at least for last few months, has been the commercial vehicle order that we got in Indonesia, which we're scaling up to deliver to, and that's the number. So 35,000 order we got on an ongoing basis. We are delivering anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 on a monthly basis. So that's driving some of the growth. But having said that, the growth in South Africa has been quite good as well. 3XO, which we launched last year, has had very strong traction. So I would say that it's broad-based growth, but definitely bulk of the major growth that you're seeing, which is adding up to the 100% or so, is coming from the Indonesia order.
And with 37% of your overall volume growth and 16 SUV launch pipeline that you have through 2031, is current manufacturing capacity sufficient, or will fresh capital expenditure be required in order to achieve your target?
Yeah, so 2 major initiatives are going on. One of them is a brownfield in Chakan for expansion. And that's something by end of this fiscal year, we should have that coming online. That adds about 20,000 volume for the month. So about 240,000 for the year capacity that we would bring online at that point in time. That's a brownfield investment. And then we have the Nagpur investment we are making, which we announced in February this year. That's a greenfield, and that will take a couple of years for it to come into fruition. And that should, over a period of time, it should add another 500,000 annual volumes as well. So two major volume additions. One of them is almost immediate, and the other one, of course, with the greenfield will come in as well.
Okay, and also with Tata Renault launching competing SUVs, how do you see Mahindra defending its UV growth lead through FY27?
Yeah, I think it's the for us. We don't necessarily play only one segment. Compact SUVs, of course, we have multiple products which are doing quite well. We have products in the mid segment, and of course, we have products which are in the seven-seater segment. And we've seen consistent demand across all of these segments. So I think with the GST reform, we saw the growth trend and growth impetus coming across the portfolio, and we are seeing that playing out in the demand as well. So overall, I think it's been good. Competition is good, as we always say. I think it gets customers more excited, customers more interested, and we believe that we have a portfolio which is still very fresh, very relevant, and that shows in the numbers we're seeing.
Okay, and lastly, as XUV 3XO EV launches alongside the petrol and diesel XUV 3XO, are you seeing any cannibalization within your own SUV lineup, or is EV largely additive to volumes as we speak?
I think they play in different segments. Like I said, these are into different target segments for us. So as a portfolio, I think they're very complementary overall. So I don't see much of a cannibalization happening. And like I said, it's very much in a category creation mode. So it's been additive and accretive to our overall numbers.
All right. Thank you for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. So that's the outlook when it comes to FY27 and the entire sector outlook as well. But on that note, we need to slip into a very short break. More news and updates will continue on the other side.